Tony Abbott has promised a tax cut worth more than $2 billion a year to businesses. The coalition would shave the company tax rate by 1.5% in 2013. It helps neutralise the government's attack on Mr Abbott's paid parental leave scheme, which relies on a company tax increase of just under 2%.
It'll come in on the 1st of July 2013 because we are, as I said, the low tax party, and if there are lower taxes on companies, we will have more successful companies, we will have a more prosperous economy, and that is good for every single Australian. It'll cost $2.1 billion a year. We'll pay for it out of the $24 billion in savings on recurrent spending that we have already identified.
Political reporter Dana Robertson is travelling with Opposition Leader Tony Abbott.
Well, this morning Tony Abbott had a fairly low-key beginning to his campaigning day. He was in his own electorate of Warringah in Sydney, meeting commuters on the Manly ferry. Indeed, he caught the ferry from Manly to Circular Quay and had a bit of a chat with people along the way. But once that was done with, just a short time ago, he's really got to the meat of what he wanted to speak about today. What the coalition is promising voters today is a 1.5% cut to company tax rates, which would become effective from July 2013. The opposition says that means on that date, its company tax rate would be 0.5% lower than what's being promised by the government. However, that doesn't take into account the extra 1.7% levy that the opposition intends to implement on bigger companies to fund its paid parental leave scheme. And on that note, paid parental leave is an issue that the coalition's also addressing today, particularly in relation to the accusations against Julia Gillard that she opposed the government's paid parental leave scheme when she was the Deputy Prime Minister in Cabinet. Ms Gillard said that she was just scrutinising that spending in the same way that she scrutinises all government spending. Tony Abbott doesn't accept that. He says that the leaks about what happened in Cabinet show that this government isn't united, and he also says that if Julia Gillard was so concerned about the merits of government spending, why wasn't she asking questions about the pink bat scheme and also the Building the Education Revolution scheme that resulted in some of the school hall problems that we've seen around the country? Indeed, he said that Julia Gillard's response today at her press conference is a self-serving tale. So some fairly strong personal criticism there from Mr Abbott. So I think you can say that today, while this has been a fairly low-key campaign for the first week and a half, today it certainly seems to have ramped up a notch, and as Julia Gillard said at the beginning, perhaps now it's game on.